Hey all, welcome to the today's tutorial. So previously we have added some great visuals to our game and we have also set the cameras. So right now today we will implement some core feature inside our camera manager, like how we will shoot like with our current implementation. Right now there is no shooting functionality, so we will do that. So in the Unreal side, if we will go, it is like ball is there and we have blueprint version in short, right? So but when we will play the game we don't have that functionality which should be there, so we will do that. So first our mouse should be visible, so what we will do, we will go to the project setting and we will change something in the input, like there's one setting called touch, use mouse for touch. So this is first, let me check. Okay, now we do have the mouse. Next thing, I don't want this interface, so again I will remove this joystick, so I will clear this. I think we are done from here. Okay, awesome. Next thing is we have to set up the input. Right now if okay, the rider is already there, so we will implement that here. So we have to integrate the change. So let me tell you how we will do that. If you will go to the pawn which we were using, uh, okay, this is our manager, so this is the blueprint version. The ideal way would be we have to you know use this touch, this one. So it has pressed, release and moved. So in the C++ version we will implement this feature, like using this node we will implement our feature. Cool. So let's hop over to the rider. Inside the mcam manager, let's go to the player input component bind touch. Yes, and here I will bind what type of input event I want to bind. So first is press, another one is release, so we do want these two. I do want it inside this class, and here we have to pass the function address. Right now we don't have any function, so I will give it the name right here only, cam manager, and I will like touch pressed. I will copy paste it, like duplicate the above one, and it will be released, and it is touch released. Okay. Next, we do want move, but we don't have that functionality. Like when I will like press the colon, it has axis, press, released, repeat, double click and max, but we don't have the move one. So what we will do, when we will initiate this, like we will use a tick functionality. Okay, so first we have to define this function first. So alt enter, this is the shortcut which I will be using. So it will be touch type, touch type, and it will be f vector if I'm not wrong. So this is the new location actually where we are pressing the new touch location. Okay, next is touch type. If we'll go, okay, next is for the touch release, again alt enter, create the member for a variable or the function, sorry, again touch type, f vector, released touch location. So these two function we haven't like we have defined, but we haven't give the definition yet. So alt enter, generate definition, press OK. So the IntelliSense has created the function for us. One thing more, like we will shift this inside the private. Like I don't see any reason to like be define this in public. Okay, cool. So let me print something just to check if we have everything good or not. So I'm just copying the UE log statement. Touch pressed, Control C, Control V, touch released. Pressing Control B to compile it. So we will see if it is working or not. Okay, it's compiled. Switch to Unreal. What we will do, compile and save. We don't have anything, just okay, let's play the game and open the output log. So it is working, so it is registering as we are getting the things in the output log. Okay, so the next thing will be when we are pressing the touch, I will create one variable inside the private section. So okay, I haven't the like I will create one more private room for the variable. I always keep these two things apart. One is function and one is variable. So it will be of bold type and is touch initiated. So this is the normal naming convention which Unreal follows. So I'm prefixing B. So you can also read it as is. So is touch initiated. So by default it is false. So B touch initiated will be true. And as soon as we will release the touch, so B touch initiated will be false. So this is one thing. So as soon as I am pressing the touch in tick functionality, I will define I will call one function. So if B touch initiated, so I will create a function called touch moved. So I will press the delta time 2. I don't see any reason to do that. So maybe okay, press. So I don't have any definition to it. Like I haven't defined this function. That is why it is giving error. Alt enter. Create member function. So it has created for me. Just Control X. So I will transfer it to the private section. That's it. Okay. Again Alt enter. TOUCH. Okay, touch moved. Cool. Generated. Okay, now it is good, but I see like I do have some problem with the naming because I don't see it is appropriate. Like touch moved is kinda confusing, so I will rename it. So Shift F6 is the shortcut to rename the function, and it will update the like rename the function throughout, like in the header file and the CPP at the same time. So I will name it as on touch on swipe, I guess. It will be the correct on swipe, on touch swipe. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have created something equivalent to that node which we have seen. So as soon as we are pressing the button, so what do we want when we play? So how we will take the shot, like this is the ball. I will start clicking from here. So I will check if I have something, like when I'm touching, if I have touched the cue ball or not in the starting. So it will be in the touch start. So in the touch start I will see if the cue ball is like clicked or not. That's it. In the second I will drag. So when I will drag, I will take the first location and the last location, like to initiate the shot. So this is for the movement part, and when I will release the touch, I will shoot the ball. That's it. So these are the three things which we have to do. So let's see how we will do that. I will encourage you to do on your own, and then you can like see like how I'm doing that. Okay, there's one more thing. Like the pawn is right here in this scene. So what I will do, I will take the direct object of the cue ball. So what I will do in the header section, I will create the variable of that type. So in the private u property, it will be the type of edit anywhere we print read write, and I think the cue ball we do have it. So first it will be prefixed by a because it is an actor q ball base. As soon as I have pressed tab, it has included this include file, so make sure that you have that. It will be the type of pointer and q ball object. Okay, so let me compile it. Like, let's see how this is looking first. Okay, it's compiled. Let's check inside the UM camera manager. Go to it. Let's see if that cue ball is here. It is. So just select the cue ball from the scene. I am not able to do that, so I have to look how we can do that, or like we have to do that in the begin play. So go to the scene and click on the M camera manager. So even you will go to the cue ball object as it is in public, and we can pick the actor. So we have already selected and it is there. So I think it is valid. I haven't checked it. So like as we have exposed it and we have already selected from the scene, so we have this object. So what we will do, in the touch pressed, we will check if get. So first thing, we do need one function. So let me show you how we can do that. So get player controller. So from the controller we have the get cursor hit result cursor, and so we want to use this. So and this will be called from the player controller. So how we can get the player controller? It is it is inside the U gameplay statics. If you will hover over this node, it will give you the target. Right now in the below you can see target is gameplay statics. So we will just prefix U. That's it. So U gameplay statics. Press tab and it will include the U gameplay statics in the Kismet. Okay. If it is not working for you, like the IntelliSense is not doing the work, just do one thing, like just type gameplay statics Unreal CPP, just press the first link and it will like tell you what header file you have to include. So you just have to copy paste it. That's it. So get player controller. So we want, so in the U object world context, so you get world comma next is player index, it is 0. So we have the player controller now. So next is get cursor, get his result under cursor by channel, and here we have to pass trace type query. So trace type query, okay, that is different. Get hit result by channel. So we do want the visibility channel. visibility. uh, eTrace type query, that I have to look. eTrace type query. hmm let's do one thing. It is not working though, because I don't see, by default it is not giving the visibility. So eTrace type query, uh, inside this we have like list till 32. We will choose first one, or like how we can do that. uh, just so when we have click over this, so we are just getting two. So in my current opinion, the first one will be with the visibility and second one will be the camera. So let's see uh, if it will work or not, then we will get for. Next is, do we want to like have the trace complex type? No, so it will be false. Next is hit result, and it is by reference. So f hit result and hit result. So hit result that you have to pass, and that's it. If so, first thing which I will check is hit result dot actor. So I will check if it is the cue ball or not. So I will cast it to the MQ ball base. So what does it mean actually when I'm writing the cast? I'm just checking the current, like the actor, the hit actor which I have pressed, if it is a cue ball, if it is a cue ball type or not. If it is, then we will go forth. Okay. Uh, uh, okay. So if it is a cue ball, what I will do, I will save the initial location. So how I will do that? Inside the private, so it will be type of vector. So start location, so short start location. Next is a vector short and location. So these we do like we just need to. So if it is the cue ball, then what I will do, start short start location is equals to the hit result dot location, or the impact point, or the location. We will see that. Okay, so we do have the initial location. That's it. Next, when we are swiping, what we will do, we will do kind of same. So I'm just copy pasting these two, and uh, and it might be a possibility that it will give me some glitches. So what I will do, I will set one more variable called, and it will be type of boolean, bol b short initiated. So as soon as I'm pressing touching, and if if cue ball is there, then short initiated, I will set it to true. Okay. In the touch swipe, and if the touch is initiated, in the here what I will check, if it is like short is initiated or not. If it is, then I will go forth. Okay, next is I will do the sphere trace channel. So it is inside the uKismet system library. So uKismet system library. So your question, like you can ask how I do uh, how I do know that. So inside the Unreal, if you will go, just let me delete it and right click a sphere trace by channel. If you'll press enter, hover over it, and in the target it is saying Kismet system library. So that's why I'm using UGSMIT system library, sphere tracing single. uh, Here we have to provide the world context, get world. Next is vector start. So we do have the vector start. We have saved the location in the short start location, comma. We have to we have to provide the end location. So in the end location, how we will get the end location? This is actually interesting. We will get it from the hit result dot location. And one more thing, like when we are hitting, when when we will hover over the mouse, the hit location will be it will be exactly on the top of the table. So we do want to have this some z value. So what I will do, I will use the same z value as the cue ball, because we already have the reference of the cue ball. So what I will do, I will define f vector and location is equals to the hit result dot mm, dot location. Let me shift this line up, and location we do have it, and I will change its z, and location dot z is equals to the cue ball object dot z, get location location dot z. Okay, and location, comma. So we have to provide the radius. So in the radius we do have the ball radius is 1.3, so I will use the same, comma. Do we want to use the complex rate? Oh, sorry, it is the e trace type query. uh, this is hectic. Trace type query sphere trace type query. Again we will use the first one because it's the visibility. So trace type query 1, comma. Anything else? No, we don't want to use the complex collision, so it will be false, comma. Do we want to provide array of the ignored actor? So I do want to ignore the queue, so it will be type of t array. Cue ball object. Yep, so cue ball object, and we have to tell like what type of array it is. T array of type actor, a actor pointer, comma. The e draw debug trace type, e draw debug trace type. This is kinda hectic. E draw debug trace. Okay, e draw debug trace. We want for some duration or for one frame, you can say, yes, comma. Out hit, we don't have that variable yet, so I will define it right here. So if hit f hit result is sphere trace hit result is sphere hit result, comma. We ignore self, yes, I do want to ignore self. Next is the trace color. Okay, we can keep everything as default nitro. It's kind of big, so but you do understand, like so we have provided the same information which we would have done it in the blueprint side. So as soon as I am hitting some object, I will what I will do, I will here like let's imagine here I've state like like clicked my left button and I am dragging this thing out. So I will always update the end trace location, right? So as soon as I will hit, if so the short end location will be sphere hit result comma location. So this will be our end. So I think this is it. uh, and in the final one, like in the touch release, we do have the two values, like I do have the start, I do have the end. Again I will check if the be short initiated or not. If it is, then first here I will turn it to false. So this is the first thing, and above it I will initialize the short. So how I will do that? So what I will do, I will get the cue ball and add force to it. Static mesh. Okay, let me go to the cue ball object first. Cue ball, it is deriving from the mball base. In the mball base we have a component called smball, so we will use the same. So in the cue ball got smball, here I will use the force, add force at location, or I can usually like simply use add force, that's it. Here we have to provide the vector, like the force vector, like in which direction I will apply the force with which magnitude. So this thing we have to enter. Okay, let's do that. So vector for the force. So how we will do that? So first we do have the two vectors. One is the starting vector and one is the ending vector, and we have to apply the force in this direction. So it will be like b minus a, because this vector will be b minus a. What I will do, I will first normalize it. In the normalization, what it will do, it will give me the unit vector of this direction. So it will give me the unit direction. Next I will multiply with the magnitude which I do want. Okay, so how we will do that? So first, like short end location minus short start location. So next is we have to normalize it. So the normalization function is inside the ukismat math library. So ukismat math library, make sure that as soon as I'm pressing tab, it is automatically including the header file. So make sure it is there. So normalize vector. So vector normalize, I will use this. Okay, cool. Vector a, this should have worked. Okay, it is changing the current vector. So what I will do, I will just normalize the vector of force, and here in the add force we will multiply it with the magnitude. So force into the magnitude, and what we will do for the magnitude, I do want to change it in the blueprint, so like at the runtime, so I don't have to change again and again. So in the public I will define a variable, so you property edit anywhere, a type of float or integer also, like short force constant, short force constant, and I am just defining a value called like 15,000. So this is just the random number which I'm using. I have used that number before, so that's why I do have some idea. uh, Next is comma, like in the bone name it will be none, comma. Yes, so it is kind of important, like whether you want to have the accelerate change or not. So I do want it, so I will pass the true. So this is done. So let me check if it is working, because I think the error should come in the trace type query, so that we have to rectify. If it will run, then it is good. Let me copy the log values too, so we can have the idea, okay, if it is running or not. So touch swipe and touch press, touch release. Okay, control B. Let me compile it. Let me delete it, compile and save. Let me check. Okay, awesome. I was not expecting this on serious note, guys. So let me check. So it is kind of very slow. So what I will do, in the AmCam manager, I will increase this force by 2 maybe, and let me check if it is fine or not. Okay, make it more. I don't think like it is having something. Okay, this one more thing. My as soon as I'm clicking it, my mouse is getting disappeared. So as soon as I'm starting my game, what I will do, I will turn on my mouse cursor, because I do want the mouse cursor to be always on. So what I will do, uh, in the begin play I will do that. So in the writer, and we like ideal way would be like we should define the controller. Okay, so we will do that way only. So inside the C++, in the actor, so it will not be the actor, so it will be the, so in the pool 3D, create the class, so it will be the type of player controller. Yes, click next. The M player controller, yes, and I will make a folder called core. So, like I always keep game modes, game controller HUD inside the core file. So like core folder, just create class, give it a second to load inside the rider. Press yes, open the rider. So inside the core, go to the controller.cpp, remove the folder. This is always the error which we usually got. So here in the begin play we will we will do that. So inside the public virtual begin play override alt enter generate definition. So this is same thing like which you can do. I'm just doing this fast because you already know these things. Like in the begin play, what I will do, this dot show mouse, set show mouse cursor to true. That's it. Okay, so again control B, let it compile, head back to the blueprint. In the world settings, we don't have the game mode yet, so we do need to have that too. it will be the long process. It is already 34 minutes, so let's do one thing for now. Like in the cam manager, go to the begin play. I will you gameplay statics, get player controller, get world comma 0 dot set show mouse cursor to true. I'm using the same like but I am doing it inside the cam manager, but the ideal way should be like we should have done it in the player controller, but I have to make the game mode too, so that is I'm not doing that right now. So control B, and let's see if it is working. Yes, it is working now. Cool. So there is just one thing which I do. So let me check if it is there or not. Let's check for the collision if they are fine or not. They are perfect sphere, and in the table, like table also looks fine. Cool, perfect. So this is looking good. So I think today, like this was it. So this was it for today. I was not expecting this result like in the first time because I was thinking that we might get some errors, but this is good. So please like and subscribe. If you have some doubts, like we can go through the code again, like whichever query you do have, just do let me know in the comments, and I will try my best to rectify it as soon as possible. So you can also help me with Patreon. Thank you and have a nice day.